You see, we might use semantics, and at the end of the day, it is the interest.
The Finance Committee tabled its report on 5 of the 6 amendment bills in Parliament for approval this afternoon. Contentious among the amendments was the fate of the Central Shariah Advisory Council, required to be a part of Bank of Uganda, provided for by the Financial Institutions Act. Members of the Finance Committee, which scrutinized the amendment bills, had recommended maintenance of the provision.
The position of the committee was to give an opportunity to the minister to bring an instrument later at a given time when he deems it fit to apply that.
The front bench of government vehemently rejected the committee recommendation, saying it had stalled the implementation of Islamic financial banking.
Substantially or completely defeats our object of the bill, and I want to pray that the House declines their recommendation and maintains our position.
Commercial banks have their boards in place. We cannot discriminate and have the Sharia board in Bank of Uganda. Bank of Uganda's work is to monitor the operations of other commercial banks.
At the end of it all, the amendment to repeal the provision under the Financial Institutions Act was passed by Parliament, crucially paving way for implementation of Islamic banking.
So once the President assents to them, they will become law and they will come into force.
The target is to have Islamic banking effected with the commencement of the financial year 2023-24 just 3 days ahead.
According to the Sharia law, riba, which is interest, is not allowed. So most of our Muslim brothers have been not accessing banking services, getting loans.
And having Islamic banking in Uganda is a big score for our people, especially the business community. We all know the kind of interests that are being charged by these commercial institutions. Comparing them to Islamic banking rates, they're a bit cheaper and favorable for our people.
Other than the 3 members from the Bank of Uganda, the Shari'ah Advisory Council is required to have 2 scholars. The requirements for the 2 scholars to have had experience from the Board of Financial Institutions is said to have caused the snag in implementation, with no person qualifying for the position. But sections of the Muslims in Parliament had strongly contended against the argument, with the demand for evidence that Bank of Uganda had advertised and nobody turned up.
That's self-defeating. Today, lack of qualified personnel in any field among Muslim scholars is no longer an issue. Over the years, we have trained in every discipline, in every field, and we have the requisite personnel.
The amendment bills passed by Parliament were that on excise duty, value-added tax, Financial Institutions Act, and stamp duty tax. This leaves out the provision on foreign exchange and income tax. Jackson Onyango, NTV at Parliament.